Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today, yes, yet again, we're going to be doing another palette review and try on just because I do collect palettes. I feel like this might be, well, no, of course not the birthstone ones, but this might be the last one I do just because I'm like, no palettes have really jumped out to me that I really like that I really want. I collect palettes. I have an abundance of palettes, and like I said, I will be doing, it might take an entire day to just go through my palettes, but I wanted to go through my palette collection eventually. I do need to declutter some of it because I have way too many things as far as like eyeshadow palettes go. I do collect from specific brands like Glamlight, Melt Cosmetics, Jeffree Star. Palettes, brands that I know the palettes have been really good, that's what I like to get. I do have Kimchi Cosmetics. I have purged my Anastasia ones. It saddened me, but I had to like kind of let some go because I've had some for quite some time, so I'm sure they're expired. So I had to kind of put those away. The ones that were still kind of good that I wanted to kind of keep on hand, I did put like in my makeup kit just to use. I did sanitize them. Let's see, I'm trying to look behind me. Oh, I do like Violet Voss, ColourPop, and Juvia's Place. I do have a couple Lime Crime palettes left because I did purge those because those were old as well. So I really wanted to like really purge my palette collection because I felt like I had way too many. And I love palettes, I just do. But this one, so this came out, since I don't work the impulse counter anymore, I'm actually very excited to, you know, I always ask my friend that runs the counter, and I ask her what's new, and she always tells me what she gets in, so that's really nice, because, I mean, we used to work together at Impulse, so I feel like this is a nice partnership we have. She lets me know what I have, I let her know what, you know, she lets me know what she has, and I let her know what I have as far as Estee Lauder goes, so I'm not a big Too Faced wearer. I really am not. I did like the Marielle palette. I did. So I was like, okay, Too Faced. Not bad. I have owned the chocolate bar palettes. I have owned Bon Bons. I've owned the original chocolate bar palette when I was in the thick case. I've owned the chocolate gold, which is, I think, no, I don't have that one anymore. I threw it away because I had that, bought that like 3 years ago. But yeah, I loved those chocolate palettes a little bit until the peach palette. Peach palette ruined it for me, and I was just like, oh yeah, I'm not going to do Too Faced. And then every palette that I kind of tried out with Too Faced, I just didn't like. But I was really excited to see this because this one's nice and small, and it's really cute. It's got a teddy on it. So it's called Teddy Bear by Too Faced. This just launched, Bare It All eyeshadow palette. So it's going to be a natural eyeshadow palette. And here she is. Ooh, sorry, I got cream on the back of her. So here it is. It's got the little imprint, or not imprint, but like a raised plastic piece of the bear. This is also raised. The Too Faced is raised. And it's that kind of like that pale gold color. And then on the back, it has all the shade names. So I know with past Too Faced palettes, there have been sheets with the shades on it. That's when the beginning ones. And then they started imprinting the names on the actual palette, like right underneath the color. This does not have enough room to do that, so I'm going to open her up. Here it is. Very small colors. We did determine when we were looking at the grams in it that this does have a lot less grams. I'm going to pull my Marielle palette. Now, actually, when I did my Marielle palette, I think I did a review on it. I can't remember. But mine broke. It made me really sad. The Hot and Spicy in it came out, and this one's actually brand new. I haven't used it yet, so I really can't use reds. I think I might use it tomorrow when I go on the lunch date with my friend. But yeah, I can't really wear these colors for Estee Lauder. So the Marielle palette Let's see if it'll say. It does say it has 11 eyeshadows, 0.7 grams. Total 7.7 grams. So it does, and then it does say, of course, one cheek pressed pigment. They have to indicate that it's a cheek color because it's not deemed eye safe, so they have to kind of state that on their packaging. 0.7 grams, so roughly 0.7 grams in each shade, and as you could see, the shades are pretty standard. I don't have my other palettes to compare it to because I've long gotten rid of those because they do go bad. I mean, eyeshadow goes bad. That's why I'm like, I need to slow my collection down because I'm not getting through my palettes as fast as I want, and then I'm having to waste it or put it, you know, just kind of have it. If I really have an attachment to the palette, I will keep it, but I won't use it. So I feel like it's just kind of like wasting. So this one, 2.0, 2 eyeshadow palettes, 2.0 total together, 4.0, so it seems like this might have a little more. That might be the bigger shades. Yeah, it's got to be the bigger shades. We did determine in the other eyeshadow palettes this has way less. 2 eyeshadow palettes, 0.8 grams, total 1.6, 10 eyeshadows, 0.9 grams. They might have a little more than L'Oreal. I don't know if it's just the depth of it, but the sizes are very different. So I'm going to put this together. I mean, yes, this has way more. So this one, the L'Oreal has 10. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 14 shades. So this one has a little bit more. What I like about this, because I can't really travel with my L'Oreal palette, I feel like it'll break, and especially since I've had a bad comeuppance with the hot and spicy color, I had to exchange it because it broke completely. And then when I remember during Christmas time, when my friend made a tester of it, it breaks very easily. So a lot of customers have dug their fingers in it and, you know, all that stuff. And then I noticed that mine does have a little chip on it. So this palette is very delicate, so you can't really travel with that, which I just fine. I do have travel palettes in my ColourPop, but I feel like this one is very versatile. So again, this is going to be more of your travel friendly. We're going to try her out. I'm not one for natural looks, if you know me very well, but we're going to do it today. So I'm going to zoom in closer. We're actually going to do swatches after the fact because I want to see the performance first. Because you can't base it off of swatches. You really just can't. That's not the way eyeshadow works. Eyeshadow works in performance on the eyes. Now my eyes are pretty oily, so I rearranged my drawers, I'm sorry. I'm like, where did I put all my stuff? So I am going to use the P. Louise eyeshadow base, and we're going to put that on right now. And if you're wondering why I have tape here, I just got new tattoos. So this is like the second day, and I'll get to take off the wrap tomorrow, but I got my kids' zodiac signs, and then I did get the Lord of the Lost symbol. Now a lot of people are like, well, why would you get that? And I'm like, why wouldn't I? I'm a huge fan of Lord of the Lost. To each their own. Never question someone about their tattoos. I feel like if you make the right choice in tattoo, cool, it's your body. I feel like a lot of people do kind of just go, why in the world would you get that? I'm like, well, you're not me, so you don't know my mindset. So, Lord of the Lost has been my second favorite band. Not quite my first, because my first is near and dear to me, and that's Hammerfall. And that is, well, you can't really see it. You've always known me for the hammer. This one's from my mom. This Templar Knight sword is for myself. These were done by my friend in Las Cruces that I went to high school with. And she's really good. I just can't make a trip down there all the time. Because I live in Albuquerque, she lives 3 hours south, and I never, since all this COVID stuff happened, I can't ever go down there. And I haven't been visiting my dad. I haven't seen my dad since September of last year, so it's just been a little difficult. I apologize if I'm like applying cream on my face. My skin has been so freakishly dry. You could see how red it is around here. It's the freaking allergies. Sorry. Well, this tattoo is actually done by a local artist. Ooh. There we go. And there we go. I'll show you a full, you know, reveal after they kind of heal up a little bit more. But yeah, I just got him yesterday when I'm filming this. So yeah, so he is from Serpent Tattoo, which my friends had recommended me. My friend from the Impulse Counter, she actually recommended me him as well. Like my best friend uses him. My friend from Clinique uses him. So I feel like it's because I'm always scared to like try different tattoo artists or even like get recommendations on doctors, dentists and stuff. I'm always like, I have anxiety of learning new people. I don't know why. But yeah, I thought he was very sweet. He was very nice. He didn't, you know, he did the job really well. I mean, yes, the Lord of the Lost one kind of hurt like hell because it's a heavy black line, so I felt like he did a good job in filling it and everything. And then of course my wrist one did hurt, especially the Taurus one, because that's my daughter. That's my Mother's Day present for my husband. So alright, so I'm gonna have to flip back and forth with this. Let's see, what did I get on here? I think this shade is called Boop. That's cute. I'm sorry. Boop. I'm trying to be more natural in my videos and not have to worry about being like fake. I like to be me. So if I am a geek in my videos, so frickin' be it. This has almost like a Play-Doh vanilla smell to it. So I'm just taking Boop. And this is a Luxie 121 brush. And I'm just kind of placing it and blending it upwards. And just kind of softly bringing it a little forward. Now I do tend to clean my brush on my arm. I should stop doing that. But yeah. Okay. This is going to be so hard to keep flipping back and forth. I'm going to go in with Fuzzy Wuzzy. That's a funny name too. Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear. Fuzzy Wuzzy had no hair. I don't know if you ever heard of that. I have. And I know my content's been very tough these days just because I just don't know what to do half the time. I'm always working, so it's like, and then when I'm off on my days off, I'm like, I don't want to film, I don't want to edit, I don't want to do all that because I want to spend time with my kids and my husband. So I'm like, it's hard to balance this channel. Alright, and then after Fuzzy Wuzzy, I'll do the next one next to it, which is called Guild and Bear. It's a lot lighter than I want, but I feel like I don't want to blow my crease up higher, so I'll just take the second lightest shade to kind of soften the edges and then blend it together so that way I'm not blowing it up super high. I'm trying to not to blow it up really high. But honestly, that's just how I do my makeup. But I'm just kind of trying to soften those edges here. I'll probably go a little bit more fine-tuning when I jump off camera. Oh, y'all know my favorite thing is a vanilla shade. This one's called Bear It All. Is it good enough for me? Yes, it is. Ooh, that's a nice brow bone shade. And it's good to kind of blend all that color in and really highlight that brow bone area. Nice. I'm going to jump off camera. So we did kind of fine tune it a little bit. I feel like I need a little bit more time off camera. But I want to move forward. We're going to go ahead and grab a kind of like, oh, this is not the right one, is it? Trying to figure out what brushes I have washed and what I have not washed. You know what? We're gonna go ahead and grab one of these brushes, my ZC one, and I did film a video on it, so we're gonna go in with this color right here, which is Next to Boop, Lace Teddy. We're gonna grab that, and I'm not gonna cut my crease, I'm just gonna put it straight on because I want to see how it works. Start in the start in the middle and then just kind of work it towards, yeah, I like that. This is pretty. I'm not one for natural palettes, honestly. I'm more towards the bold, but for my job, I have to go a little natural. Alright, so we're gonna do, this shade is called For Real. This one here. It's like a pale, it looks just like Lace Teddy because it has that kind of like little specks of like pale gold and other colors in there. Ooh, that's nice. These are very easy to put on, so I do enjoy that. Alright, I'm going to take this fluffy side here and I'm going to dip into Boop. And we're going to blend Boop towards Lace Teddy. And we're just going to kind of fix some areas here. Cute. Alright, so I'm going to jump off camera and do the rest of my face. Come back in and we're going to use two big colors, I believe, for like blush or bronzer. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, so we're going to do the lower lash line next. Let's see what color I want to do. I think I'm going to go in with Stuffed, which is this shade right here. And we're going to take that blending brush we used and we're going to just fluff it. And then we'll take, what color is this? Embarrassed, which is this pink shade here. And we'll use that to kind of blend it out. A little pink color there. And then I always like to put a shimmer color right on the inner corner of my lower lash line. So we're going to actually pick up this shade right here, which is, what is that one? It's next to Embarrass. This one's called Pot of Honey. Pot of Honey is right here. This one you do have to kind of build up a little bit. I feel like this one's the most creamiest. So you might need your finger or just keep building it. Okay, I'm going to take a little bit more of Stuffed. Blend those together. Perfect. Alright, now we need the inner corner. The inner corner I'm going to be using, take this little brush here, and then we're going to be using, what is this color? Pressed Paws. This one here, and I'm using a pretty dense brush here. I'm trying to use every single color. Of course, it's always impossible, so I'm going to stick that in the inner corner here. It's like that rose gold. Really nice. Nice. Just gonna clean that off a little bit. So far so good. I feel like we need to zoom out and do the There are two big shades here and here. called The Snuggle is Real and Sharing is Caring. I'm going to use The Snuggle is Real as a bronzer. Let's see how this works. It's a little bit on the peach side. That's okay. I know, I'm using a flat foundation brush just because this has been working pretty well as like a quick complexion brush, because it fits really nice in the hollows of my cheeks and does really nice at applying it to my forehead and temples. Because it's soft. Works pretty good. Alright, so now we're going to take Sharing is Caring, which is the one with the little bear on it. And we're going to stipple this a little bit onto the cheek. It's actually nice and soft. Ooh. Probably not the best tool, honestly, for blush. It's because I just slap my makeup on nowadays. I don't typically go into heavy detail in my makeup just because I'm like, I just want to be put together-ish. But I hide everything under my mask, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, this does pretty good as a blush. It is a little patchy just because I feel like it's probably not meant to be a blush. But that's okay, we're going to fix that. I'm so sad because this is my last one. I love this stuff. I've been using the Double Wear Powder Foundation in place, but this one's in light beige. And this one works really nice because it has the hyaluronic acid in it. So it actually helps nourish my skin when it's feeling dry. Because lately it's been dry because of my allergies and all the cottonwood in the air. It's just a mess. There we go. That'll soften it a little bit more. We're going to be using a shade, if I can, to do a highlight. I don't know if it's light enough, but we're going to try it because I really want to do a nice highlight here. So I'm going to take my little blending brush here and dip into For Real. I feel like this is the lightest shade you can come up with. Ooh, it's not light enough. You could see it in the camera. I will have to fix this. That's okay. It's not light enough. So you can't use a highlighter in it because you can see it. So we're going to pick up another highlighter to kind of fix that up. Let's go ahead and take, this is an old one, my Fenty Beauty. This is like from Christmas. I should probably throw this out. It's disgusting. But this is always my go-to to kind of fix highlight that's a little too dark. I mean, I'm covering this, so it doesn't matter. Alright. A lot better. Okay, so I'm going to slap a little lip color on. Let's get some Too Faced lip color. We're going to use Flight Risk. No, we're not going to use that one. We're actually going to use Overexposed, which these are discontinued. I'm very sad because these are the butter lipsticks. Probably should throw this out. It has a green dot on it, meaning it's older than 2 years. Yeah, probably should. Anyways, here's the completed look. The palette is really soft. Very natural, but I feel like it's pretty versatile. I feel like it does do a nice job at blending out. This is typically something I don't like going for, but I understand that this is a very soft look, so I like it. I'm just kind of fine-tuning some areas here. yeah, I really like the shimmers. I really like the fact that you can use the big colors as cheek and contour, but I feel like you do have to have a better brush than what I used. But yeah, I feel like you can use maybe like an IT Cosmetics angled brush or a Smashbox angled brush, which you could only actually find at Macys, the Smashbox brushes. Really nice though. It's very natural, very pretty. You can't use any color in here as a highlight, unfortunately. I feel like they're a little too dark for my skin tone, so if you're a little darker than me, then you definitely can use it. Is this for all skin types or skin colors? I should say, is this for all skin colors? Yes and no. Yes, being that I'm feeling like lighter skin tones are going to show a lot more bolder. Darker skin tones are going to show a little bit more natural, but I feel like I can see this on some darker skin tones as far as like having that really soft look. For me, it is about in the middle. It's got bold, it's got softness, so that's fine. I have olive skin. Reference, I wear Buff 2 in Estee Lauder. I use light beige in the powder of Too Faced. I use, and here's a drugstore option, I use golden beige in the Wet n Wild. And I also use, what other foundations do I use? Oh, light beige in Too Faced Liquid, which I still have to use. Ivory beige in the Double Wear Max. I'm trying to think. Smashbox. Smashbox, I'm a 2.22 in the hydrating and 2.1 in the matte. Too Faced, I'm light medium sand or medium sand, depending on if it's the stick or not, but I think those are discontinued now. For Urban Decay, I use a 30 NN in the new foundation, a 2.5 in the All Nighter foundation. I wear Sandstone. Was it Sandstone or was it Sandalwood? No, I think it's Sandstone in Bare Minerals. Too Faced Benefit. I use a 4.0 in their old Happy formula. Kat Von D, or excuse me, not Kat Von D, KBD Beauty, I wear a medium 27, maybe lighter. I haven't really, I kind of tend to go lighter. But anyways, my complexion's light, medium, olive undertone. I feel like this complexion, I used Buff 2 in the Futurist, because I'm trying out the Futurist before I end up getting it for taking it camping, because I feel like it's nice and hydrating, has the SPF 45 in it from Estee Lauder, so I feel like it works pretty good. Yeah, so I mean, on darker skin tones, I feel like this will be very gold, and rose gold will probably pull a little bit more. I feel like I could see this totally on darker skin tones. Lighter skin tones, it is going to look a lot more bolder, just because the colors will probably pull a little bolder, but I feel like this is pretty versatile for all skin tones. Complexion wise, I can't really say. I'd have to see it on the complexion to really know if the darker skin tones will pull these cheek colors, but I probably would not recommend using the bigger pans for cheek and contour, just because it does kind of get a little patchy. But I do like it. It's actually pretty travel friendly, and I feel like this can be a go-to palette for me if I ever do go visit my family in cruises, or, you know, just go on a trip one day and use this, because I feel like this will be easier to travel with. As far as travel stuff, I mean, I do have a bunch of like ColourPop ones I could travel with. I do have like a Sigma one, the Warm Neutrals 2 that I can travel with. I have my Birthstone ones, my smaller Juvia's Place. Oh yeah, and I do have a couple of these guys. These are the smaller versions of like really colorful palettes. This is called That's My Jam, and it smells like grape jam, purple tones. I feel like that's nice. Is this travel friendly? Of course. Is this versatile? Not so much. I feel like I have to pull this with a different palette, maybe use the teddy bear. And then this one is not super versatile, but it's very colorful. So this is going to be something that I probably would take on the go if I wanted some more color. I would take all three of these with me to actually have some sort of different looks. But I usually would travel with my old Kat Von D ones when it was Kat Von D. I do have one because it was on clearance, the Shade and Light Eye. This one is Glam Rock, and I actually really like it. I do. It has 4 shades, and I can do an entire look with it. So that works. What other travel palettes do I have? Oh, I have Anastasia ones, and that's about it. I feel like there's a lot of palettes that I do have that's for home, so I feel like this was a good, I mean, for the price, I can't justify it. It was $45, but of course, you know, I did it for 15% off, and of course my employee discount, and then I had some stuff, like, you know, like some, we call it Macys money, that we get, the employee only type of thing. But I use those too, so it didn't come out to too much. I feel like this one does a really good job, but I do still like collecting little tiny palettes just to kind of pop in my purse so that I have something in my purse in case I needed to touch up after work, if I'm going somewhere with my husband or kids or with friends afterwards. I have something to touch up. So yeah, I feel like this one would be nice to kind of pop in my purse as well. So worth the money. I wish it was cheaper because this packaging is so small, but I do like the quality. I feel like the quality is there. Yes, I didn't do swatches in this video. I was going to do swatches, but I decided not to because I feel like the performance actually spoke for itself. So I didn't have to do the swatches. I feel like swatches, yes, they show the colors, make the colors a little bit more enticing, but I'd rather see it on the eye than see it on swatch my arm, and right now I can't really swatch my arms. So yeah, I feel like the quality and the performance-wise was there, so I didn't need to do the swatches. So yeah, that's the end of my video. Am I in love with Too Faced again? I don't know. I feel like this one's a better performing palette than in the past. The Muriel was pretty good. I just feel like the Too Faced needs to really step up their game with eyeshadows. So does Urban Decay. I'm sorry, but the Ultraviolet palette was not good for me. It's too cool and it was too light. I understand they're naked palettes, but if you're going to do a violet palette, make it look nice, like richer colors to play with along with some neutral tones. I really didn't like it. I'm curious about the Wild West palette though. I keep looking at it at the store and I'm like, But I told myself I need to slow down on my palettes because the only Urban Decay palette that I actually really fell in love with deeply was the Kristen Leanne Urban Decay collection. That was really good. The Game of Thrones, which I actually don't use right now because it's just a collector piece for me, but I like it still. It has a lot of good tones in there. I feel like I can mimic an eyeshadow palette. I'm actually going to do a video on that. So I have an eyeshadow palette from Estee Lauder. It's called Dark Ego. It's the boldest I have in my collection of palettes at Estee Lauder. I kind of want to compare it to that Game of Thrones one because there is a section in the Game of Thrones, I think it's Winterfell, or yeah, I think it's Winterfell, that has those tones in it. So I want to see if maybe I already have it, but I don't know. We'll kind of play with that idea. Yeah, I think that's it in my video. All I wanted to talk about. Will this make me love Too Faced again? I still have to see what else they are going to put out. I'm actually really excited about their liquid lipsticks that are lip injection. That entices me because I want a liquid lipstick that plumps my lips. Because I really like a glossy lip now. I'm not so much into the matte look, so I feel like this will kind of draw me back into the matte looks, and I really want to see what those have to offer. I love my Estee Lauder lipsticks. They're actually very nourishing. The color's beautiful. I mean, I didn't think I'd like Candy, the lipstick, but when I got it in my free gift, I was like, ooh, I like it. So I feel like Estee Lauder has a lot of good complementary colors. I love their high shine lip colors. These are really, really good because it has hyaluronic acid in it. So these are really nourishing as well. I have pretty much gone through halfway. Ooh, I'm getting scared because this one's my favorite. This one's Born Flirt. I love that it has magnetic closure. So yeah, do you want me to do an entire face in the future with my Estee Lauder products? Because I have enough Estee Lauder gratis that I had ordered through working with Estee Lauder that I would like to put to the test and do a full face with it. I have Dark Ego, I have an eyeshadow pot that I had gotten, so I have a full face. So if you want me to do a full face of Estee Lauder stuff, let me know in the comments down below, because I do work for Estee Lauder and I would like to show you what else they have to offer. Also, I would love to probably do an unboxing per se of my summer gift. So once I get that in stock, I really would love to do a live video on my Instagram and show you what my gifts have to offer, because I kind of want to put a little bit more of my business into my channel. Not too much, but you know, because I like to have fun on this channel. This is like me in my natural state rather than thinking about Estee Lauder all the time. But I do want to share the love that I have for the brand. So let me know in the comments if you'd like that, okay? I'll see you guys in my next video.